2020 Part 1. Over the next 2 weeks, we're going to take a look back at some of the most incredible moments from an amazing year here in Impact Wrestling. We'll also be handing out some prestigious awards. I'm Josh Matthews alongside Executive Vice President Scott Demore. It's been a busy year for you.
Yeah, it has been a busy year. Been an exciting year. Here in Impact Wrestling, things have been unbelievable, and I'm just so excited about what we got coming up.
As we get ready for Hard to Kill live on pay-per-view Saturday, January 16th, in an amazing main event, the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega teaming with the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, to take on the Impact World Champion Rich Swann and his tag team partners, the Motor City Machine Guns, a dream match if there ever was one.
Yeah, and fans around the world, the wrestling world, just unbelievably excited. Stuff like this they've been waiting for it seems like the beginning of time. And Don Callis, love him, hate him, I know he gets under your nerves sometimes. But what he's put together here with the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega, having came here to Impact Wrestling, been on this show, the fact that he's going to be in the main event of Hard to Kill with all of our big stars, this truly is unprecedented, and I'm just super excited.
A time like no other here in Impact Wrestling, but one thing remains the same, and that's the X Division has always been a cornerstone of Impact Wrestling. With that said, we're going to take you back to Hard to Kill this past January. Everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's the same stuff that I deal with every week, you know, the wrestlers and the things and the...
Hopefully Scott will be back soon, but we're going to send you back to Dallas, Texas. Hard to Kill. Ace Austin defending the X Division Championship against Trey Miguel of the Rascals.
3 quick shots from Trey. Look for this earlier. This time connects. Look at the passion in the face of Trey.
Never say die. Hard to kill, if you will.
Can Trey pull off this victory? Champion and challenger up. Clothesline there by Trey. Gets Ace Austin off his feet. Ace misses with the big kick.
Got it. Don't wait, kid.
Does Trey have the next gear? The championship gear.
Bam! Point in the chin.
He's got to move a little quicker now.
Yeah, don't worry about the fans. That's the X Division champion you're allowing time to recover to.
Trey up on the top rope. And Trey ducks the line.
Oh, Lord.
What's a strike through by
Look at
Trey?
that now. Wow, he's got it bent in half. He's going to have to submit, John.
Ace Austin locked up. And it's the X Division Championship. Is he tapping?
No.
Ace Austin was looking to claw and scratch and grab his way to the bottom rope. Ace. Oh!
Ace is out.
Looking for the fold, perhaps. Trey picked out the ankle. Trey back inside the ring. Oh! A flatliner off the rope, shoulders down, new champion perhaps, and Ace Austin kicks out at 2.
And if you're Trey Miguel, you got to be thinking, what is it going to take to get the X Division champion to stay down?
Remember, Ace won the X Division championship in a ladder match. They didn't have to put anyone in that style of matchup, just had to grab the championship from high above the ring. He is being tested tonight.
He beat Tessa Blanchard in that match, as I recall.
Look at this! Bam!
Oh, God, turn him inside out with that kick.
Here's the cover, shoulders down, and a kick out. He had one leg hooked, the other grapevine, and Trey still kicked out.
Ace Austin is such a good technical wrestler, floated right into hooking that leg. Textbook.
Ace able to get Trey off the canvas. Here you go. What's Ace thinking here? Looking to put away Trey. Leave Dallas, Texas with the X Division Championship.
I'm going up the corner, bud.
Trey closing in on the X Division Championship. The moment.
If he hits this, it's over.
Fans behind Trey here at the Bomb Factory. Ace Austin knocked him off. Dove into the ropes to knock his balance off. Ace Austin.
There's a new move.
Yeah, that was unique. And the full.
Oh, full, lining up on his head.
Shoulders down. And Ace Austin retains the X Division Championship.
Here is your winner, and still the Impact X Division Champion, the one true ace, Ace Austin.
And there's Trey's mom. She'll be there to console her son after this one's over. Ace Austin picks up the victory, retains the X Division Championship. Say what you want, folks, about the way he operates outside the ring. Bell to bell, Ace Austin can go.
Appreciate you. Hey, Rui. What's going on? What were you doing in there? Oh, what you mean what I was doing in there? Well, we're just having a conversation. I know you like the shirt, right? After my victory against Manic, thanks for the assist, by the way. Now, looks like your match at Hard to Kill for the X Division Championship has been finessed into a triple threat with this guy.
I knew it! You can't do that! This can't be happening to me! No, you just can't finesse your way into my match! I knew you were snaking the whole time! I knew you were snaking the whole time!
It's called The Big Payback, and it's all coming back to bite you. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I gotta take this. Much more important than you.
Oh, you Nimrod! You Nimrod! Scott! Let's roll heat! I know you know I'm out here! Scott! Open up, Scott! Come on, Scott! Open up the door! It's roll heat! We gotta talk! Scott, open up this door! Come on!
Hard to Kill just keeps on getting better. The X Division Championship will be defended by Manic as he takes on Chris Bay and the former champion Rohit Raju in a triple threat match. What a match that's going to be at Hard to Kill. And with the X Division on our minds, we can now announce that Ace Austin is your pick for X Division Wrestler of the Year. Standing by with comments and his acceptance speech is Ace Austin.
2020 X Division Superstar of the Year. I'm honored. I'm touched. And a little surprised, actually. Not that I wanted to hear. Really. I mean, if you think about it, I only spent about 4 months inside the X Division this year. Yeah, I lost the title back at Rebellion in April. And then I moved on to the world title picture, and then the tag title picture, and I haven't competed in the X Division since. But maybe I shouldn't be so surprised, because who else were you gonna pick? I mean, what other choice did you have besides the greatest X Division champion of all time? You know, in light of this, maybe I should revisit the X Division sometime soon, huh? It seems like you've missed me. But nevertheless, thank you. It was a great choice. It was the right choice. Some might even say it was inevitable.
My favorite moment of 2020 here in Impact Wrestling is when the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers, made his return debut here and put this company back on the map and made it much, much more relevant.
Brian Myers loves himself some Brian Myers. Welcome back to the Best of Impact Wrestling 2020 Part 1. Welcome back, Scott D'Amore. Everything good? You're going to stay now?
We've, like you said, like Brian Myers, there's a lot of wrestlers that really love themselves. So just managing them like we always do.
Brian Myers made his debut right around Slammiversary, right after Slammiversary, and that night in particular changed Impact Wrestling forever. The DVD is available at shopimpact.com. What are some of your memories from this past Slammiversary?
Josh, to me, Slammiversary 2020, that's an event that truly changed the course of history. With the unprecedented build and the excitement, all the anticipation, who's going to show up, who's not. I think we changed the wrestling world a little bit that night. The debut of the Good Brothers, Heath come barging in, so much stuff. I think it's an unbelievable night. I think it's one of the crown jewels of an amazing 2020.
Slammiversary, it all started, folks, when one domino fell.
Let's not talk about what I just did. The whole world knows what I just did. Let's talk about what I have. You know what they say? Things eventually evolve. And that's exactly what this title has done.
And I ask thy people, do you believe me now? See, I just made history. This is something that I've dreamed about since I was a little bitty babe. A little itty bitty babe. And now, I am the X Division champion. I am the first Finesse Division champion.
Yeah, let me guess which question you idiots want us to answer. Not about our record title reign, probably more about Motor City Machine Guns, right? Why are we even talking about it? Motor City Machine Guns haven't been in this company in almost 10 years. No, we beat their record as champions. Now let's talk about the first question. Greatest title reign? It's the best. We beat every team. We defended it at Slammiversary, and we won them the night before Slammiversary last year. I personally felt that there was a machine gun-sized hole in the tag division here at Impact.
Here's the thing. We just want to prove that we're the greatest of all time. I don't know. We just want to be the best. It's
I think the North is really good too. Yeah, but at the same time, they've been champions for a year. And that's the thing about being a champion is you can't be a champion forever. Eventually, the day will come that you will lose your spot on top. And, well, I think that day has come.
Yep.
It's come for the North.
I prophesized about this for the last 2 months, that when Jordan Grace stepped in the ring with me, I was playing chess. And the end game was me becoming the Knockouts champion.
Slammiversary again, folks, as we just relived it, an absolutely amazing night. As Scott said, it was a night that we changed things in professional wrestling here in Impact Wrestling. And you look at some of the teams that have showed up since Slammiversary. You mentioned the Good Brothers, the Motor City Machine Guns returning to Impact Wrestling, the North breaking the longest reigning tag team championship record. Is this, in your opinion, the best the tag team division has ever been in Impact Wrestling?
Well, there's such a long history of tag team wrestling here in Impact Wrestling. Historically has done it better than just about any company out there. And you look at it, whether it's America's Most Wanted, Team Canada maybe, 3 Live Crew, you've got Beer Money, and that you had James Storm return here. You took Chris Sabin, one half of the Motor City Machine Guns. When Alex Shelley went down, James Storm, one of the most iconic tag team wrestlers in history, walked back into the Impact Zone. We got to mesh. You talk about dream matches. That was a dream pairing. Tag team wrestling on fire here in Impact Wrestling.
And the tag team titles were on the line at Turning Point on Impact Plus back in November. Monthly exclusives, as you know, on Impact Plus. Turning Point, another great one. We saw the North defending their tag team titles against the Good Brothers. Can Carl Anderson get out of this match? That's a great shot right there. You saw the agony in the eyes of the machine gun Carl Anderson. So neither man looks to be stopping the other from making the tag. So can they both make the tag? There's Josh Alexander's legal. Here comes the Big LG, and he's just house on fire, taking out both members of the North. The Big LG, look at the way he moves around and drives his body into the walking weapon, Josh Alexander.
It was a great game plan for the North to keep Carl Anderson in the ring, but on
cover, new champions perhaps.
They accounted for the fact that now they've got a fresh Big LG in the ring, and that could spell disaster.
Well, Paige just pulled Carl Anderson off the apron, and the Big LG is going to have to fend with both members of the North right now. Little ripcord there by Alexander, and now the Big LG is stuck between the North, and they're looking to put away the Big LG. Here we go, and the North retain the tag team titles here tonight. There's a cover by Josh Alexander. Hooks the leg, and Ethan Page was there counting along. And a kick out by the Big LG at 2.
Gotta hand it to the North. Their strategy here tonight is incredible. Keep one man away from the other. That's what they've been able to do this entire match.
And the North now, and the Big LG is so big, so lengthy, so tall, and Anderson is able to thwart that tag team attempt. And now it's the Good Brothers taking advantage. Back suplex, neckbreaker combination, cover hooks to the outside, leg and a kick out at 2. We almost had new champions. Anderson's ready to go again. There's the tag. Are we going to see a magic killer?
and new tag team champions. Here we go. Ethan Page is in the ring, and Ethan Page breaks that up. Gallows with the kick. And here comes Josh Alexander. He got caught by an uppercut. Sidestepped. Gallows to the outside. Running kick there by Carl Anderson. Legal men down.
These four men may have just exhausted themselves. Whoever can dig deep right now may walk out with their partner and the tag team titles.
Madison Rayne, that flurry of what we just saw, that was offense and defense from both teams. And now you're looking for almost a reset here. Page is legal. Anderson in the ring. If we can get a shot of where the big LG is, he's almost back up to the ring. So Anderson is legal with Ethan Page. So Anderson, who's taking a brunt of the North's offense, is still legal in this match. Page off the ropes and spine buster by Carl Anderson. Here comes Josh Alexander, and there's a gun stun. The gun stun by Carl Anderson. And now here we go. Magic Killer locked and loaded. They got it! Ladies and gentlemen, the Good Brothers are going to become Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Champions at Turning Point! Here are your winners and new Impact World Tag Team Champions, Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, the Good Brothers! Madison Rayne, they've told us the recipe. It's a gun stun, it's a magic killer, and it's a victory. And then roll last call back a little bit, folks, because the Good Brothers are going to be celebrating tonight.
Josh, in a match that could have gone either way at any moment here tonight, we see history made as the Good Brothers capture Impact Wrestling Tag Team Gold.
Congratulations to the Good Brothers as the North walk away, and they're not done here in Impact, folks. The North, they're going to be looking to get the tag team titles back. You just looked at me like, what's the big LG doing? You never know what he's doing.
What is happening? You know what? Let it happen. Let these men celebrate.
And they're going to celebrate with some Talking Shop whiskey. The Good Brothers get the party started early here tonight at Turning Point on Impact Plus. Congratulations to the Machine Gun Carl Anderson and the big LG Doc Gallows, Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Champions. These men are now atop in Impact's Tag Team division, and we'll see just how long they can stay there. The big LG Doc Gallows, the Machine Gun Carl Anderson winning the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles at Turning Point on Impact Plus. Didn't take them long to capture the gold.
No, Josh, and you can't be shocked by that. The Good Brothers have been champions all over the world. Like they like to from Tokyo, Japan to New York tag team titles. A little bit of insider term there for you. And yeah, they're on fire. And when you're on the mountaintop here in the tag team division at Impact Wrestling, then you're hitting on all cylinders because it's such an unbelievably deep division. From the North, an outstanding tag team. The Motor City Machine Guns here back in Impact Wrestling. They had some gold around their waist this year. It's just so deep. Triple X, the list goes on and on. Ace and Madman Folder, there's so many great teams here. Tag team wrestling on fire, and the Good Brothers standing on top.
The Good Brothers, as you saw, won those tag team titles. Turning Point on Impact Plus earlier this month. We saw Final Resolution. We'll see Genesis in January. Impact Plus is a must, a great holiday gift for your friends or family. Download the app and subscribe today. With all that said, it's now time to reveal your pick, the fans' pick, for the Impact Wrestling Tag Team of the Year.
Look, Josh, I understand things aren't going really well right now. I understand you think I'm causing a little bit of a rift between us, but I need to tell you this good news because we really need it right now. We won, not only last year, 2019 and now 2020 Tag Team of the Year for Impact Wrestling. I'm sorry about everything that's been going on right now. We are literally the best tag team on earth right now. Breathing air. Best in the world. And now we won. Again. Voted by the Impact fans. We needed this, man. I love you, Josh, and we really need
No,
it.
yes, of course. No, it's great news. It's great news. Thank you. Thank you. 2019 Impact Tag Team of the Year. Now, like, I knew it. 2020 Tag Team of the North is already in the history books. Our legacy is already set. But man, maybe this is enough. Maybe this is enough to get my tag partner back. Maybe this is enough to get Ethan Page back, the North back. We can do this a third time. I don't care about the Machine Guns, the Good Brothers, any other tag team they bring in. We are the best tag team in this company's history. Yeah, I'm gonna call him back.
You know, the holiday traditions in the Swan household, we like to sit around, enjoy each other's time, enjoy each other's company, and drink a lot of eggnog, baby.
Will Rich Swann make winning at pay-per-views a tradition in 2021? We'll talk about Rich's journey in 2020 just a bit later here on the Best of Impact 2020 Part 1. Josh Matthews, Scott D'Amore here with all of you as we celebrate this holiday season and we look towards Hard to Kill January 16th. And when I say the words, it still feels strange. The AEW World Champion Kenny Omega teaming with the Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, against our World Champion Rich Swann and the Motor City Machine Guns. What a night that's going to be. Hard to Kill on pay-per-view, also streaming on Fight TV. Throughout the end of 2020, we've been witnessing quite a tournament as we look to crown new Knockouts Tag Team Champions at Hard to Kill. What have you been thinking about this tournament so far?
I mean, Josh, I'm just super excited about the Knockouts Tag Team titles returning because Impact Wrestling does women's wrestling better than anybody out there in the world. We're the Knockouts division unbelievably strong, and now with the Knockouts Tag Team Championships here, I think we're showcasing these women, whether they're in individual matches or whether they're tag team matches. They're some of the most amazing and strategic athletes in the entire world. And I think the tournament so far has been amazing. And I cannot wait for us to crown the new Knockouts Tag Team Champs. And I'll tell you what, we got a little surprise it's going to be at Hard to Kill. A little something out there when the tag team titles get crowned.
Really?
Give me a little something.
Can't wait to see that. You guys are seeing the bracket on the screen right now. You know that Kiera and Tasha are in the finals, and we await to see who will face Kiera and Tasha with the bracket right there. You can see it, folks. It'll either be the team of Havoc and Nevaeh or Jordan Grace and Jazz going on to the finals. Who will leave Hard to Kill as the new Impact Wrestling Knockouts Tag Team Champions? Scott, another first in 2020, the first ever 30-minute Knockouts Iron Man match between Deonna Purrazzo and Jordan Grace.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has never been done before. A Knockouts 30-minute Iron Man match for the most coveted prize for our female athletes, the Knockouts Championship. Whichever knockout earns the most pinfalls or submissions falls will leave tonight with gold. Will it be the former champion Jordan Grace from Austin, Texas? Or will it be the new face of the Knockouts? We're about to find out. Settle in, folks. This is going to be a battle. Big fight feel in Impact Wrestling. She calls herself the Virtuosa, a prodigy. The Knockouts champion, Deonna Purrazzo, has a tremendous amount of attitude. It was that attitude that got her in some hot water in other places. She didn't seem to care. Deonna Purrazzo wants
wants to be in the spotlight. She wants to be in the main event. She wants matches like this. Making history. These two will certainly do that tonight in the first ever Knockouts 30-minute Iron Man match. Who has what it takes? Jordan covering up here.
Doesn't show 1-to-1 right now.
Deonna may be becoming unhinged.
Which may be exactly what she needs to do. The clock is ticking. Her time is running out.
We're under 3 minutes reversal here. Deonna with a handful of hair. Jordan creates some separation. And Jordan Grace, some clubbing blows to the champion, Deonna Purrazzo. Smack right to the face. If Jordan Grace goes up 2-0 at this point in the match, we'll have a new champion. Look for the Grace driver. Deonna fighting free.
This is where we're going to find out how much damage Deonna was able to do early in the match. Can Jordan...
The referee was pulled in front. Deonna Purrazzo pulled referee Brandon Toll in front of her. And Jordan Grace wasn't able to put on the brakes quick enough. Jordan Grace trying to get the referee back, but what does it matter? She's up 1-0. Let him stay down for 2 minutes. The match is over. Jordan Grace now has Deonna Purrazzo up and down. Grace driver, shoulders down. Deonna Purrazzo is down. Jordan Grace should be 2-0 here. She should be up 2-0, but the referee was down.
Ref! Get up! Get up!
Josh, this goes back to my point earlier. These two women, Jordan Grace right here, she doesn't want to just have one pinfall and coast for the rest of the match. She wants to make a statement. She wanted to go up 2-0 with the Grace driver.
Just about 90 seconds left, folks. Deonna Purrazzo with the championship off the skull. The Knockouts title, the belt that means so much to these two. Jordan Grace just saw it smash into her face. There's a cover by Deonna Purrazzo, and the champion steals one back.
The winner of the fall, Deonna Purrazzo.
It's 1-1 with about a minute to go.
How is this match going to end?
1-1. Will we get overtime, ladies and gentlemen, as Deonna Purrazzo goes for another cover here, shoulders down, and a kick out. There is 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go as Deonna Purrazzo now with the single Fujiwara armbar on Jordan Grace. Grace turns her over, shoulders down, and Deonna kicks out at 2. 1-1, and Deonna kicks the arm out. Sense of urgency between these two. Not sure what Deonna was thinking there, but put herself in a position for Jordan Grace to connect. Oh, big time pump kick with 30 seconds left. Deonna Purrazzo with a German suplex, shoulders down, and a kick out. Deonna Purrazzo.
She's reaching for Venus de Milo, Josh.
Time is ticking away. Can Jordan Grace hang on? Can Grace hang on? There's less than 5 seconds to go. Can she tap? She tapped. It's over. It's over. The clock has struck 0. It's over. Deonna Purrazzo has retained the Knockouts Championship, winning 2 falls to 1, securing the final 2 falls, and defeating Jordan Grace here tonight.
The winner of the fall, the winner of the match, and still Impact Knockouts champion, the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo.
Jordan Grace tried to do everything she could to hang on, but couldn't outbeat the clock.
Josh, for over a decade, the Knockouts have been setting the bar. These two women made history here, but this night belongs to the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo.
Deonna Purrazzo, in your short time here at Impact Wrestling, you've really left your mark. I mean, you're now a 2-time Knockouts champion. But honestly, you've kind of been lucky because you haven't crossed paths with me, the longest reigning Knockouts champion in Impact Wrestling history. Because, I've just been super busy. I had Wrestle House, and then I had that wedding that I was planning, and then I had court, and the tag team tournament. Oh, but yeah, we crossed paths. Ragnarok faced you and your little princess friend, and guess what? Taken out. But you couldn't live with that, could you? You had to interfere in our match versus Tasha and Kiera, costing us the match. Well, since clearly you're completely obsessed with me, let me just say this to you. You want me? Come get me. I'll clear up my calendar for you. You want to face the longest reigning Knockouts champion of all time? You want to face La Güera Loca? Let's do it. January 16th. Hard to Kill. Virtuosa versus Güera Loca.
So Taya Valkyrie issuing a challenge to Deonna Purrazzo for a Knockouts Championship match at Hard to Kill. Do you think Deonna will accept?
I mean, I think Deonna Purrazzo has to accept this challenge. Deonna Purrazzo came in here to Impact Wrestling, and what an impact she made. 2-time Knockouts champion already in her career. And she calls herself the Virtuosa, says she's the most technical wrestler in the world, and in order to prove that she's the very best, she has to turn down the challenge and defeat the longest reigning Knockouts champion in history.
That match official. Ladies and gentlemen, who was the Knockout of the Year in 2020? You voted? Let's all find out together.
This is your current reigning and defending Knockouts champion, the Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo, and I wanted to talk about my resume because it's grown and it's grown and it's grown in 2020. I've become the first ever Iron Woman of Impact Wrestling since I've arrived. I've had Match of the Year contender after Match of the Year contender since I've arrived. I've become a 2-time Knockouts champion in the last 6 months. So the fact that I can look around our Knockouts division and I quite honestly do believe it's incomparable. But I also believe that I'm incomparable. No one in our division has done what the Virtuosa has done to put our Knockouts division on the map. And that's why I so graciously and humbly accept Knockout of the Year 2020. I'm so thankful that you all realize that I've done exactly what I've set out to do since I arrived here. And that's become the greatest technical women's wrestler in the world. And quite honestly, I might be on my way to becoming the greatest Knockouts champion in Impact Wrestling history. I think 2021 should be called the Age of the Virtuosa, because it can only go up from here.
Welcome back to the best of 2020 Part 1 here on Impact Wrestling on Access TV. Isn't it great to relive all these memories from 2020 and this incredible year?
Yeah, it's been an unbelievable year. What a great set we have here, right? Like, we've outdone ourselves here. This is just so holiday happy.
Looks great, feels great. Happy holidays to you and yours. We continue to look back at 2020, Part 1 here. Still to come, Wrestler of the Year. Next week, we'll name Match of the Year. And can you believe that someone won Match of the Year 2 years in a row, and that man is the vile and wicked Sami Callihan? Is he as good as he thinks he is?
Well, he may well be, Josh. Because Sami Callihan, like him, loathe him, you don't know I loathe him. He is an unbelievable talent, and what makes him more dangerous, there's absolutely no line he won't cross, no rule he won't break. He really is among the dirtiest, low-down players in the game, and that's one of the reasons why he's successful.
There is a rivalry here in Impact Wrestling that seems like it's going to last a lifetime, and all of us watching it may want to enjoy this rivalry forever, as these two men, Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan, have battled, and their rivalry was renewed in 2020.
Who could that be? Sammy! Oh, I should have known! I'm telling you right now, I'm a good guy. I didn't do it. That's Ken Shamrock! The world's most dangerous man. What is Shamrock doing inside the ring? And what's Shamrock's beef with Eddie Edwards? And a kick! Swift kick to the side of the head! I don't think Eddie saw that coming. The world's most dangerous man with the world's most deadly ankle lock. Eddie Edwards is writhing in pain. And Callahan may be the ultimate puppet master. Look at this. 45 movie lights and reach. You beat Eddie Edwards' ass. You don't see it. I mean, you are going back to being
Edwards is up top. What the? Where is he? Where's Callahan? Tennille's got Alicia. Takes advantage of the distraction provided by Callahan. And Tennille Dashwood with a spotlight kick. Steals one for her team. There he is. There's Sami Callahan. Underneath the ring.
He's got that baseball bat in hand.
Oh, the Callahan spear. And again he goes after the face. Callahan loads him up. Cradle. Pile driver. Somebody's got to stop Sami Callahan in his quest to destroy Eddie Edwards.
Here he comes to save the day! Get around right now. They're coming to the interest waves. They're coming from under the eye. I attack you from behind. This game will run forever. Hell, might even like it. What I suggest is we finally hit this. Mano a mano. Man to man. We finally put this to an end. So, take a couple weeks off. Spend some time with your family. Have an amazing Christmas. Have an amazing New Year. Cuddle up to that family and enjoy the holidays. Because it might be your last.
Message sent from Sami Callahan here to Eddie Edwards. The mind games from Callahan continue. These two men are sadistic, and you want to see them go one-on-one again. The first Impact of 2021, Impact Management has made Eddie versus Sami.
Don't you want to see them go at it again? I think everybody wants to see it. Sami, like you said, it's one of the matches of the ages. It's like the Joker and Batman. It's one of those things you just never get sick of seeing because Sami Callahan is so low down and dirty, and Eddie Edwards is a very pillar of Impact Wrestling. This is one of the guys that when he walks into the locker room, everybody stands a little taller and pays a little more attention. So you've got pure evil in Sami Callahan, and you have the torchbearer in Eddie Edwards. What a better way to kick off the year.
Don't go anywhere, folks. Still to come, we announce the Wrestler of the Year as voted by you, our great fans of Impact Wrestling. The best of Part 1 of 2020 on Impact Wrestling on Access TV continues after this.
You know, nobody voted for you for Wrestler of the Year.
Holiday music. Break.
Household tradition. Hey, man. I'm from hot Atlanta, so we get down in the South. We get down. We cook lots of good food. We like to hang out with the fam. Get a little lit, obviously.
In the Steels household, tradition is a big thing for us. We always have to be together, and let's see. We have like our little baking competitions, singing competitions, little stuff like that in between. We get down on the holidays.
You get a little lit in the house.
Lit.
During those holidays.
You do it in Atlanta, I do it in Jersey.
Period. We gotta keep it lit everywhere.
What they thought.
We got love, Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steeles. Welcome back, folks, to the best of 2020 Part 1 here on Impact Wrestling on Access TV. And this week on social media, via our Twitter account, you can find out the winners of the awards for the one to watch in 2021, as well as the best finishing move. What would you say your best finishing maneuver was?
I don't know, it's kind of a toss either kind of, but Josh, I think the best move that there is the power of the pencil.
You know what we need is a couple of the new micro brawlers here. We can do some finishing moves. New micro brawlers coming to shopimpact.com.
I can do a diving headbutt on your face.
Someone else who has a great finishing move is Moose. He calls it the lights out spear. The former NFL offensive lineman has had an absolutely unique 2020, including a match of Bound for Glory against EC3 in an undisclosed location.
Control! Freedom! Purpose! You have been lied to your whole life! face! It's your fight club, huh? Well, I'm here! Show your face! Where the hell are you? This is what you want! You want me to be a monster? Is this what you want? Huh? You want to control my narrative? Is this what you want? A false title or a false idol? You're a fraud. You are pathetic. You are a joke. This is what? Huh? Is this what you want? This is what you want. Answer me, you stupid son of a bitch. Listen. Loose. 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 Control your narrative. Thank you. Rishwan, I respect you. I think you're fierce. I think you're a great competitor. But the difference between me
And you is that you stay hurt while I hurt people. Now I want you to do me one favor, Rich Swan. Call your good old buddy Willie Mack and ask him one simple question. What does pain feel like?
Oh, is he here? Is Willie Mack here?
Pain.
There's Willie Mack. He's got something to say.
What does pain feel like?
What you talking about? I ain't come out here to wrestle. No.
Chill out. I'm clear. I just came out here to talk to this man. Willie, I know you're angry, but before you take another step, you need to ask yourself this question. Do you really want to make me angry? Like I said, I didn't come out here to wrestle. I'm not even mad at you, Moose. I'm mad about losing to you. I'm mad about you putting me on the shelf for a few weeks. The thing that pisses me off the most, see, I've been fighting my entire life. And when the referee decides, when I'm done, tell me when I can't go no more, when I know I got plenty left, that really pisses me off. What are you trying to say, Willie? Spit it out. What are you trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. No referee going to tell me when I'm done. Nobody else from my own mouth. So I'm going to have a match with you at Genesis, make my own decisions. Like I said before, Will, I know you're angry, but I don't think you're being smart because I don't think I'm the guy you want to have an I Quit match with. Well, I came out here to deliver a message. I ain't come out here to wrestle. So, but this part of the message is going to have to be face to face.
Hey, now nothing's going to stop Willie Mack from getting inside the ring. Willie Mack and Moose going at it here. Willie Mack and Moose trading shots. We're going to need more security out here. And Willie Mack issued a challenge to Moose. Genesis on Impact Plus, Saturday night, January the 9th, an I Quit match. And here comes Moose, and he's fought free. And Moose drops Willie Mack. I believe Moose's... Yeah, part of Moose's suit was ripped there by our security staff. And Moose now taking measures into his own hands, and Moose is completely unhinged. Moose has completely lost it here. This is security.
Please, stop it. Please stop.
Moose will certainly be fined for what he did here tonight.
Please, chill out. Please, none of us want this. Please. Chill out, Moose.
Moose telling Willie Mack, I'm not the one that you want to face in an I Quit match. I'm not even angry yet. You haven't even seen anger yet. Perhaps we saw a flash of Moose's anger.
I would argue that we're looking at angry Moose right now.
An I Quit match, incapacitate your opponent to the point where they have to utter the two most embarrassing words in a fight when they say, I quit.
Moose.
What? What exactly do you want, Gia?
Can you tell me what happened out there?
I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm tired of all these independent wrestlers that's looking for opportunities, coming out there and putting their hands on the superstars. One of those security guards just ripped my shirt. Now understand, you independent wrestlers trying to get opportunities as security guards, wrestlers, whatever the hell you're trying to do. But make this clear. Don't you ever put your hand on me. In fact, these guys couldn't even last 3 minutes in the ring with me, so why the hell are you touching me? But I proved my point today. The next time you put your hands on me, just like Willie Mack, you will get hurt.
Some indie wrestler. That's what Moose called me. Some indie wrestler. Well, I am Matthew Palmer. I am a pro wrestler. Maybe that's... Moose says I can't last 3 minutes with him. Well, if that's a challenge, challenge accepted.
So Matthew Palmer stepping up to the plate says that he can last 3 minutes in the ring with Moose. What do you think about that?
I think it's a great idea. Moose likes to open his mouth, likes to run his mouth, and Matt Palmer has said he's willing to do it, so we're doing it. Matthew Palmer, Moose, 3-minute challenge. What Moose has really done is he likes to walk around and say he's the TNA World Champion, but he's giving the champion's advantage now to Matthew Palmer, because Matthew Palmer doesn't have to beat Moose in 3 minutes. Moose has to beat him, and if Moose cannot beat this kid in 3 minutes, Matthew Palmer's the winner.
So let me get this straight. We're going to put 3 minutes on the clock. Bell's going to ring. The clock will count down. If Matthew Palmer just lasts 3 minutes, he wins.
He's got to last 3 minutes to show that he's got the toughness there and the fortitude to hang with Moose. Moose said nobody can hang for 3 minutes. So certainly this guy who drove all the way here from Texas to be a security guard and work on the crew just for the possibility of a chance. Well, it's the holiday season, Josh, and we're giving him that chance.
The gifts keep on coming, folks. We mentioned Micro Brawlers. Moose will be one of the new Micro Brawlers when they drop on Shop Impact in 2021. Also, I mentioned Genesis earlier. Moose will continue his rivalry with Willie Mack at Genesis. We'll have more on that later. And also at Genesis, it's the return of the Super X Cup as we unveil right now the tournament brackets for all of you to see. And as you look at these brackets for the first time, we're seeing some familiar faces. Crazy Steve, Cousin Jake, but Ace Austin in there as well. But there's some new faces on there. Scott Casey Navarro, Blake Christian. So as you look at this graphic and you see those familiar faces and then some of these new faces, what's your thoughts on some of these new cats that are coming to Impact in the Super X Cup?
Well, I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of the things that Impact does best, and that's give opportunity. And that opportunity here is the Super X Cup. And you got a guy like Blake Christian, who they're talking about all over the world. He's been making waves on the independent scene with New Japan Pro Wrestling. You got a guy like Casey Navarro. We've seen him on some of the specials there with Impact Plus and Twitch. Now he gets to step foot into the Impact Zone and compete in the Super X Cup. What a great opportunity for these guys to get in there and mix it up with some of Impact's very best X Division talent.
Genesis, the first Impact Plus special of 2021 in January. Don't go anywhere, folks. Still plenty more to come, including the revealing of Wrestler of the Year in 2020. The Best of 2020 Part 1 continues after this on Access TV.
Oh, you know it, Daddy. The swing man opens his presents first before...
Get off of me! Get off of me!
How you doing, man? I'm not doing good, Ace. Not good. You know I was set up. We got to do something to get me out of here. Got to do something.
Dude, I get it. I'm stressed out too, man. I can't sleep. I can't eat. Well, I can eat.
We're 3 days from Christmas. We're 3 days from Christmas, and I'm behind bars. You know I was set up. Listen, please help me.
I talked to Tommy the other day. I told him you were framed, but we need more evidence. If you got something, tell me, and I'll run with it.
There's got to be something. There's got to be something after. You were there beside me the whole time. The lights were out. And listen, you know, when Lawrence D takes over, I can't control that. But I know I was set up. I know that whenever the lights were out, we smelled the ring rust. Someone sprayed ring rust. But there has to be something. The lights were, somebody had to hear. Somebody had to hear something. Somebody's heard something. Somebody's heard something. Help me.
I got it. Who has a better sense of hearing than a blind man?
Yes. Go.
AC Romero's investigating. Larry D says he's a patsy. Johnny Bravo gets shot the year that Swinger had. He was not guilty, by the way. And you have power of attorney over Johnny Bravo when we're quick to pull the plug on him? He's fully recovered.
Look, sometimes in the heat of the moment, you have to make decisions. You decide what's best and you just plow forward. That's what a leader does. I'm very happy Johnny Bravo's still around.
I think it's best if we just show you guys what the year entailed, including the wedding of Bravo and Rosemary and the infamous question, who shot Johnny Bravo?
Rosemary, will you marry me? Father Bond's my best man.
Why is he the best man?
Are you here to help or not?
You're being a real dick.
What?
Dictator.
This is why you're never going to be head official in this company. He hit him with the monkey. How do you not see that? You're going to ruin my wedding. I reversed the decision because that was the piss poor officiating out there. You all are the most useless groomsmen I've ever seen. This is ridiculous. We are 2 weeks away from this wedding, and I do not have time for this.
Man, what a dick.
This is on you, Steve. You were supposed to get the hall.
I want to kill that guy.
And you idiots have completely dropped in the ball. I swear to God, if this wedding turns out just as bad as this rehearsal, I'm going to have all of your heads.
Okay, whoa. I don't know why you're acting like that and acting out. I mean, where did you pick up this root?
Dude, Bravo's trail sucks. Yeah. Whoa. Doesn't want Rosemary to know he's a total groomzilla.
Little tiny pig was gonna keep it down the other.
Back. That's all I hear when you talk. You wanted me to be my own man? Guess what? I'm my own man. Once she's married to me, she's gonna do what I say.
He's turned into a complete lunatic.
I stole it. But I did it for Bravo. Johnny Bravo. Yes.
We've got something much better in mind for Bravo than leaving him with y'all.
He's back. I have a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Bad feeling about this. Why does everyone keep saying that?
Barely beloved, we are gathered here today to join two wretched souls. Absolutely, I do.
We do.
I now pronounce you man and wife. Johnny, you may now kiss the demon.
Bad feeling about this.
Wrestler's Court is now in session.
Tommy, I didn't see him, but I could smell.
Did you shoot John E. Bravo?
It smells like a monkey's wedding.
No.
You're damn right I did. I can say that Johnny Swinger is not guilty.
Tommy Rich, get that sympathy, Daddy.
You gotta love a wrestling wedding, don't you? And it ended with Johnny Bravo being shot by Lawrence Dean.
You know, when there's love in the air, or should I say ring rust in the air, then things get a little bit crazy, and I don't know if anyone called this little plot twist.
Don't go anywhere, folks. The best of 2020 Part 1 continues. It's Impact Wrestling on Access TV right after this.
I thought about shooting you a couple times.
The following announcement is paid for by All Elite Wrestling. Hello, everyone. I want to introduce to you the only owner of professional wrestling who is not a carny. The one and only Tony Khan.
Merry Christmas, Impact Wrestling.
That's very nice. Yes, sir.
I was in town. I'm a partner in Activist Artist Management. We represent the Lumineers, the Dead & Company, Dwight Yoakam, Claire Bowen, a lot of big stars, a lot of big musicians. I'm an owner, part owner of the Virgin Hotel here in Nashville, opened in July. It's wonderful, Tony.
Yes,
it's wonderful.
Yes.
I'm glad you liked it. I've just heard that Impact Wrestling is hard to kill. And I've heard that Impact Wrestling is looking to feature the AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega, in a 6-man tag on a pay-per-view called Hard to Kill. Kenny Omega, the AEW champion, wrestling on somebody else's pay-per-view? I certainly have the power to stop that, Tony.
Oh, yeah, I know you do, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
well,
sir.
I could file an injunction. A lot of things I could do. If I didn't want the match to happen, it wouldn't be happening. You know what, Impact Wrestling? You want Kenny Omega here, wrestling your people? That's fine with me. Tomorrow night, Wednesday Night Dynamite, you're welcome to send some of your people to my show this week, any week.
Tomorrow night, it's AEW Dynamite Holiday Bash at a special time immediately following the Celtics-Bucks game on TNT. Chris Jericho and MJF plan on giving Top Flight an early Christmas gift. The AEW Women's World Champion, Hikaru Shida, will be in action. Kip and Penelope announce their wedding date with the Best Man Miro. Jurassic Express will take on Colt Cabana and Dark Orders 5 and 10. Dustin Rhodes will battle Evil Uno with Stu Grayson. Impact will be back in action versus The Butcher. You won't want to miss what Sting has to say. Plus, in our main event, it's the AEW World Tag Team Championship, matching the champions, the Young Bucks, against the red-hot young duo of the Acclaimed.
And I understand you have some tag teams here yourself, Impact Wrestling. I might go look around and see what they're up to, see what their contractual status is. You know what, Tone? For a company that's hard to kill, $7 billion buys a lot of ammunition. So, Impact Wrestling, let me tell you something. Kenny Omega, you're welcome to have him at Hard to Kill. I'll tune in. I'll check it out. And I expect to see the AEW World Champion with his hand raised high. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
What are the holiday traditions in the Edwards household? Well, anybody who knows myself or my wife, we are big Christmas fans. So, let's see, beginning of November is when we put our first Christmas tree up. Yes, that would be the first. That's a faux one. I'm not a believer in faux Christmas trees, but for that long, we put the fake one up first, and then, a few weeks later, after Thanksgiving, we go real tree. Real tree. Real tree. You are not a true Christmas person if you don't have a real tree.
X Division champion, and he continues to be on a roll in Impact Wrestling. Another returning face we saw in 2020 was the world-class maniac Eric Young. He became world champion. He put his hands on you.
Put his hands on me? His hands, his head, his feet. Yeah, he put them all on me.
So what are your thoughts on seeing the world-class maniac back in Impact Wrestling?
Look, I've known Eric Young since he was a teenager. I've watched him come up. I managed him for years. I've always known that there is a fire inside that guy, but the way that he has exploded here in Impact Wrestling, he truly is a world-class maniac, and he's had a real path of destruction here in Impact Wrestling, and it seems that he's starting to assemble some minions or some followers there that are joining his cause, and that could spell trouble for everybody.
Eric Young not only returned in 2020, he dominated in 2020.
Eddie Edwards, a 5-time World Tag Team Champion in Impact Wrestling, former X Division Champion. This is his second reign as World Champion.
Eddie Edwards, the hero.
Look into the eyes of a madman, a world-class maniac, Eric Young. Hockey mask off the skull of the champion. Eric Young with the dreaded pile driver in the center of the ring.
Martyr.
And Eric Young is going to become world champion.
The cripple.
This is too much. You already ended Rich Swann's career. What more does Eric Young need to prove? You won the title tonight.
Tonight is the night. I've said it before. My life is professional wrestling. My dream, my life's goal is to be the Impact World Champion. Eric Young, you think you can stop me?
Where did Eddie Edwards come from? Eddie Edwards is here, and the former world champion is all over Eric Young. The man who put his hands on Eddie's wife. The man who nearly ended Rich's career.
As I'm sitting at home, rehabilitating the very guy that tries to change my career, try to ruin my life, becomes the Impact World Champion. I know you care, and I know you got your concerns.
UI, you are one hell of a wrestler, but you're a piece of scumbag that wants to injure guys. Take me out! End my damn career! Me and you.
There's a low blow. Eric Young swings that hockey mask. This pile driver certainly will put the exclamation point on this matchup. He's not done. Wrapping that steel chair around the ankle of Dreamer.
This ring right here, this ring's my home.
There's Rich Swann. He sends Eric Young packing. You don't belong here. I don't belong here. You don't belong here, boy.
But what I'm asking you is to let me get back in this ring and fight Eric Young. I'm the only person in this damn company that has pinned Eric Young. That means that I deserve this shot.
Here comes the world-class maniac. And Eric Young just shut down. Scott D'Amore. There goes Rich Swann. All over Eric Young.
Rich, you should listen to this too, Eric Young. Rich, get ready. Because October 24th, you should take this piece of out.
You can't do that. Now, from this point on, my conscience will be clear. Everything from this point forward is on you, Scott D'Amore. It's on you, Rich Swann. For you watching, Rich. You're foul. I gave you the easy way out, Rich. In the end, this is your choice, Scott.
And he flips over, hooks it. You won the damn match. You won the match. And there's Rich Swann. There's the #1 contender for the World Championship. And Rich catches Eric Young. Are we looking at the next Impact Wrestling World Champion?
Rich Swann has been doing physical therapy.
Rich Swann is ready for Bound for Glory.
I'm ready to see that.
Hey, Eric. I told you. You're not gonna... By the time you talk, I want to hear someone tell me Rich Swann quit.
His orthopedic surgeon says Rich Swann will be there, and he'll be ready.
Eric Young's got his on Scott D'Amore yet again.
Oh, what's this?
Joe Doring with Eric Young, Triple Crown Heavyweight Champion in All Japan Pro Wrestling. Joe Doring is here in Impact Wrestling, and he's aligned with Eric Young.
This world doesn't belong to you.
I seen what you guys did earlier. I know what this is all about. It's not gonna happen. Not around here. Not around here.
It belongs to us. This will continue. This will go on until your eyes are open. I see clear. Joe sees clear. We are the cure taking over. But we will win. We will prevail. The quicker that you learn to heed my warnings, listen to my words, look into my eyes, and know that I am telling you the truth. This world doesn't belong to you. It belongs to us. It belongs to us. Eric Young, you want to jump me and leave me land? Well, at final resolution, Eric Young, you'll get in the ring with me, and I'll leave you land right after I rip you in half with a gore. 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 You're looking at the cure, and there's nothing you can do about it. This world belongs to us.
As you just saw, Eric Young has been dominating 2020 since his return, aligning himself with the imposing figure, Joe Doring. He seems to have brainwashed Cody Deaner. They're building something special, yet dangerous in impact.
Yeah, and Eric Young being very strategic with how he's putting this group together and who he's aligning with. Cody Deaner's a guy who's been around for a long time. He's an accomplished wrestler. He's kind of one of those guys that, you know, Eric Young and Cody Deaner kind of came up the ranks together. But when Eric Young kicked it into an extra gear, Cody Deaner just seemed to kind of be happy to get along. And Zimmerman is kind of that super athlete who never really got to where he was supposed to get. It seems that Eric Young has gotten to his head and is trying to get him there. And he's put a mean streak in Cody Deaner that I've never seen. And the monster in Joe Doring, this guy was like Godzilla, leaving a path of destruction through Japan with All Japan Pro Wrestling multiple times. The Triple Crown Heavyweight Champion. This guy learned at the feet of the great Muda. And he's a force to be reckoned with. And now with Eric Young, a refocused Cody Deaner, and a very angry Joe Doring, this is going to be some very times coming ahead. And with Eric Young pulling those strings on the puppets, dangerous for all of us, including me and you maybe, Josh.
Dangerous times indeed. Still to come here, folks. We're going to take a look at what's been going on in Impact that's literally turned this company upside down over the last number of weeks. We'll also reveal the Wrestler of the Year as voted by you, our great fans of Impact Wrestling. Don't go anywhere. The best of Part 1 of 2020 continues after this on Access TV.
Are there any holiday traditions in the Mac household? Well, One thing I like to do, I got a little Christmas tree that I bought from the Walmart. It's a little replica Charlie Brown Christmas tree. It's about this big, so around Christmas time I go in the closet around it for my pets and myself and my girlfriend, whoever else I can think of. Mostly just us.
Gotta love the traditions of Willie Mack during this holiday season. Welcome back to the Best of 2020, Part 1 here on Impact Wrestling on Access TV. And you saw Willie Mack. He's going to face Moose at Genesis. That's going to be another hard-hitting collision between those two. Moose has really turned it up a notch. He's found that next level that makes him just all the more dangerous in Impact.
Yeah, it seems that Moose, who's as big a five-tool athlete as I've ever seen in this sport, it seems that he always seemed like he wanted to talk about how great he was, how big he was, how strong he was, how good he was. Now, all that braggadocious attitude is kind of simmered down. Now there's a cold stare in his eyes, and he seems laser-focused, and that's extremely scary. You've seen what a force he can be if he keeps focused, and I think Willie Mack never gives up, never stops fighting. But Moose may beat him until there's nothing left of Willie Mack to ever walk out again.
We'll see those two at Genesis on Impact Plus, and 2020 has affected everyone. It's been the strangest year on record, but never did I think we would see an Impact executive show up on AEW Dynamite on TNT to help Kenny Omega become the AEW World Champion by defeating Jon Moxley. It happened on the first week of December. We're still talking about it. It's going to affect what happens at Hard to Kill, but Don Callis on commentary gets off, helps Kenny Omega. I mean, you watched it go down live. What were your thoughts as you saw this playing out?
I mean, look, Don has always been a unique character in this business, and Don likes to call himself the invisible hand, and he has his touch all over the place. And what he's managed to do, I tip my hat to him, because he shifts the very balance of power, not just in Impact, but in the wrestling world. Kenny Omega is the AEW World Champion. And Kenny Omega is on Impact Wrestling here as we march towards Hard to Kill. And this has been unbelievable to watch unfold. And I think this is something the world's been waiting to see. And Don Callis is like a Cheshire cat walking around here with a giant smirk on his face, because it's like years and years of planning have all come together.
After Hard to Kill, things may never be the same again. Let's take you back and show you how this all came about when Don Callis on AEW Dynamite.
I've known this man since he was 10 years old, and I watched him as he became a world-class athlete. I watched him as he became the best wrestler in the world. I was there like an invisible hand.
You see, Kenny and Don Callis, we're family.
You were on Impact Paradigms or being broken.
It was all part of the plan for me to come to Impact Wrestling. It was all part of the plan when Tony Khan invited me into his house very graciously at Kenny's request.
Don Callis has led a screw job here and taken advantage of Tony Khan's hospitality. Welcome to the wrestling business, kid. We just did job. All the paradigms are being broken.
That's Kenny Omega's bust. Kenny Omega, he's here. This show just became must-see. There's a cover in Manic's X Division champion. So Manic is X Division champion here tonight.
Cosa Nostra, Josh, that's it.
Deonna Purrazzo uses Cosa Nostra and defeats Rosemary. Honesty Gunner. There's the gun stun. And it's going to be a victory for the machine gun Carl Anderson.
Wanted my attention. You got it. You pissed me off because you did one thing that I just can't take. You touched my property.
Phoenix Splash! Phoenix Splash! Phoenix Splash for the victory!
As long as I have this, I don't mind having a little bit of fun in my spare time.
We got titles here. All the paradigms are being broken.
Why not add a little bit to my collection?
Oh, we're just getting started.
Some people make matches. Other people make money. Kenny Omega makes history.
Must be juju. Goodbye. Mwah. Good night.
You know, Kenny, this time of year I always get a bit nostalgic for
you and me both.
Our family time. I was thinking back, my
give a lot of money back in the day. We had to fire the butler, so we had to bring in food from a restaurant for our Christmas dinner. We did. You were 11 years old at the time, and I looked down at you and I said, "Kid, what would you like to have for Christmas this year? What would you like?" And while the other little brats were talking about wanting toy trucks or whatever, you know what you said? You said, "One day, Uncle Don, I want to run the wrestling business." You were a Machiavellian freak even back then. I love it. You knew exactly what you wanted, and now you got it. Isn't it great?
Sometimes, Don, it's as simple as asking, ye shall receive. There is a higher power. There is a Santa Claus, and he hath delivered the Christmas present that I'll remember for the rest of my life. The AEW Championship. The only championship worth a damn!
You know what you've done? You know what you've done?
What have I done?
It's like Christmas. We gave the Impact Wrestling
the gift that
when
keeps on giving.
You showed up in the Impact Zone. No one thought it could happen. No one thought it could happen. You did it. You know, as I recall, when you were that little kid, if there were more children like you, I think I would have actually had some children. Like I would have had a whole stable of Kenny Omegas. Can you imagine that? You can't duplicate this, though. You can't duplicate it.
Don, it's blowing my mind. A lot of people try to mimic Kenny Omega. But you can't duplicate it. Often imitated, never duplicated.
You literally been 7
It goes like that, right? Often imitated, never
I think
duplicated.
it's fantastic.
That's the
God, you can say it however you want because you're Kenny Omega. That's a great.
I'd like to coin the phrase if it hasn't been coined already.
I think we should give you credit for it.
Often imitated, never duplicated.
And said by Kenny Omega
himself.
Fantastic. 7 stars. No one like him.
Never again.
Happy holidays.
Never again.
You see it again, and the reaction remains the same. Absolutely unbelievable to see what happened on AEW, on Dynamite, on TNT on the first week of December, and now January 16th, live on pay-per-view, streaming on Fight TV, the AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega, teams with the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, that's a reunion in and of itself, to take on the Impact Wrestling World Champion, Rich Swann, and the Motor City Machine Guns must-see, can't-miss main event.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Josh, this is unbelievable. This is 6 amazing athletes in the ring competing. This is a little bit, as you said, of a reunion of a certain club. And this is, you know, Don Callis summed it up best. Because on TNT, it was called Winter is Coming when Kenny Omega won the AEW Championship. But at Hard to Kill, hell freezes over because that AEW World Champion steps into an Impact Wrestling ring and competes along with his family, his brothers, against some of the very best that Impact Wrestling has in the World's Champion, Rich Swann, and possibly the greatest tag team in Impact Wrestling history, the Motor City Machine Guns. Josh, I don't think Can't Miss covers this. If you miss this, this is regret for the rest of your life kind of stuff.
And you mentioned the best. Who had the best year in 2020? Who was the wrestler of the year as voted by you, our great fans of Impact Wrestling? We'll find out right after this. Welcome back to the best of 2020, part 1, here on Impact Wrestling on Access TV. What's your goals for 2021?
Get a new play-by-play announcer.
Who do you think was the best wrestler of the year in 2020? We want to know who you all thought it was. You've been voting. The votes have been counted and calculated, and now it's time to find out. We'll all do it together. The wrestler of the year in 2020 in Impact Wrestling.
And at the beginning, I felt I had a lot to prove. I thought I was the greatest technical women's wrestler in the world. And that's been the one constant for me over the last 7 months, was proving that I am everything I say I am, the greatest technical women's wrestler in the world, the virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo. And now, 7 months later, through hell and back, I stand before you not just the greatest technical women's wrestler in the world, but wrestler of the year 2020. There's no better fit accolade for the virtuosa than to be called wrestler of the year. Not only then am I the greatest technical women's wrestler in the world, I'm the greatest wrestler in the world. 2020 might have been filled with ups and downs of the unknown, but I've conquered and I've adapted. And it's about time we enter the age of the virtuoso.
Got to give it up to our great fans of Impact Wrestling. How can you argue that Deonna Purrazzo wasn't the Wrestler of the Year in 2020?
Yeah, certainly. Deonna Purrazzo is certainly Wrestler of the Year. The impact she made in a year of people making statements, I don't know if anybody made a bigger statement than Deonna did. She came in here with a chip on her shoulder and said that she was going to prove she's the very best. She won the Knockouts Championship twice. She's been an unbelievable performer week in and week out. She goes out there and wows everybody with technical brilliance, and she's got that swagger to her like she is the best, and she showed us in 2020 that she is.
Hardly a rookie, but her rookie year in Impact Wrestling, Wrestler of the Year, two-time Knockouts champion, the Iron Woman, as she calls herself, the virtuosa of Impact Wrestling. So from all of us, congratulations to Deonna Purrazzo, and we thank you for joining us this week, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the best of 2020, Part 1. Executive Vice President Scott D'Amore, Josh Matthews, we're going to do it all again next week right here on Access TV, where we will reveal the match of the year in 2020. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Happy holidays. We'll see you next week.